Hi, welcome to another stock market update. Today is November 19, 2017. Here on the screen is the major market indexes. As you can see, last week none of the indexes had closed at a new all-time closing high, and the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, and the NASDAQ Composite close at the all-time high back on November the 8th. So let's take a look at the other stuff here. Taking a look at the gold. As you can see, this is a monthly chart. Gold is also still trying to break out of this this little wedge here. It broke out of this trend line. It seems to be holding that break here. So right now basically looking to see, would it be able to break above this high, then possibly get above this level, then get into the higher high, higher low. So basically somewhere around the 1388, and the highest 1393. To the oil here, and basically looking for this thing to push up to this somewhere on this 60 level here. As you can see, that's kind of basing here, and it's trying to trend up to this 60 area. So wouldn't be surprised to see that break, and possibly even make a little bit move to a higher level. And then we'll take a look at the ES. This is the monthly chart. As you can see, the ES is still trending up. The E-mini S&P 500, and the NQ, that's the E-mini NASDAQ 100. So you can see this is still at a nice uptrend here. Same thing here on the NASDAQ, on the Russell 2000, although we got a little bit of a pullback, but the trend is still on an upward trend here. And here is the YM, that's the Dow Jones. So let's take a look at the individual cash indexes, and here's the New York Stock Exchange Composite. So it's still within this channel here. What I did is I basically expanded the channel and put a 50% mid channel in between. So as you can see, that although it did not hit a new all-time high, but it is still holding up near that area there. And here's the Dow Jones Transportation, and as you can see, it's still we're trending up within this channel here. Although the last couple months, see a little bit pullback to the mid channel trend line here. And then the Dow Jones Industrial, as you can see, continues to push upward. Got a little bit of a spinning top candle here so far for the month of November, but it is above the mid channel here. And also the S&P 500, you see it's still well contained in this lower mid channel, but the trend is still remain to be up. And here's the NASDAQ 100. It's getting close to tagging this upper channel trend line. And then the Russell 2000. See Russell 2000 still in the upper half of the channel there. Okay, so that's basically the indexes, and let me go and switch over to the individual stock, and then we could take a look at the FANG stock and a couple other stocks. Let's start off with Facebook here. As you can see, let me zoom this in. I've updated the price zone here, so right now we're basically looking at Facebook, and as you can see on Facebook here, it is came down and found a little bit support in this support zone and bounces off. So right now it's trying to get back up to this resistance zone. If we get to this zone here, then we're basically looking for a new all-time high. But if you encounter resistance and reverse backward and it breaks this zone, then we're basically looking for the possibility of even breaking this trend line and possibly get back down to this somewhere around this 166 area. So that's basically Facebook. And if we take a look at Apple, and Apple again, it pulled back last week into this support zone, and it's kind of bouncing within the support zone right now. if it could move back above it, then we'll probably see it work its way back up to this 175 area, to the next this resistant price zone here. But if it breaks down and goes below this 169, then most likely we'll probably see this work itself down to this price zone here, somewhere around this 165 area, and see would it be able to hold support and reverse back up. Then take a look at Amazon. Okay. And Amazon, as you can see, still hovering around the all-time high territory, although it got a little bit of a bearish candle last Friday and closed it down. So probably could see it maybe work itself down to test this little price zone here. See, could it hold support somewhere around 1117 and 1112. If it can't hold that support, then it probably will work itself down to this 1088. And if it break above the all-time high, then most likely we'll probably see this thing might move up to this 1152 or possibly 1167. This is 1618. Okay. So there is a confluence here pretty much close to this 127, this 1142 and 1146. So that could be some intermediate target there because of the confluence between this particular swing to this extension and a bigger Fibonacci retracement extension to this 127. And the next one is Netflix. So take a look at Netflix. As you can see, Netflix also kind of been chopping around up here, kind of consolidating, came down, found a little support on the support zone. We're at the low level somewhere around this 189 and pushes back up. So right now we want to see would it be able to continue to push up back up to this 202 area, or it will essentially just come back and retest this area 189 again, or this 190, 191. And if it can't hold this zone, then we're probably looking for a price to come back down to this 173, 78, 170, 174 area to test for potential support there. And finally is Google. As you can see, Google has been chopping around in this zone here, this price area, and right now wasn't able to get back up above this into this price zone, and kind of getting a little bit of a sell-off last Friday. So might want to keep an eye on this area here. Could be coming back to this to retest this 1022 1016 level, this price zone here. And if it can't hold this price zone, then we'll look for a price to come down, fill this gap, and possibly get back down to this 981 area. But if it could push through this price zone, then we're basically looking for another new all-time high from Google, and that could possibly come up to 1093 on this 200 extension here. Okay, so that's basically it for the FANG stock. And let's take a look at a couple other ones. Just want to follow up on Roku. Before the earning, I put on the last video, I believe, that I did cover Roku a little bit. And as you can see on after earning, post-earning gap here, it really skyrocketed, and the price gone berserk pretty much. You can see that it's kind of pulling back, and right now, last week, it kind of been chopping around in this area, and you can see that it got into this resistance area and it's pulling back. So we probably see prices come back down and retest this area. That's 34.78 and the 33.40, 48 or 50 area. And if can't hold this price, then we kind of see it maybe work itself back down and kind of retrace a little bit to a different price zone here, and possibly fill out this little gap here. But if it could get back into this zone here, this 42, 44, 44, 11, then we could see the possibility for the price to move back up to the 47.50 area. And the other one I want to focus on is, let's take a look at Tesla. It made an announcement last week on the semi-truck thing. So you can see Tesla has also been kind of chopping around in this this price range here, And right now, we're basically looking to see could it get up, get back into the zone and break above it to move back to a higher level, break through this 330 or 334 price zone. And if it can't get into that and break through that zone and reverse back, then we're basically looking for 294 to 281, I believe, in this price zone here for potential support on Tesla. The other one is Alibaba. It had this little single day last week. As you can see that been chopping around in this area as well. It pulled back, got through the price zone and snapped right back and moved back above this price zone. So we're basically looking to see would it be able to work back up to this 189.81 to its all-time high, 191 plus. Okay, so if it could do that, then we're basically looking for another new all-time high from Alibaba and maybe possibly up at the 194, 195 area. If it can get up to that zone and reverse back and break through this support zone here between 182 and 180, then we could see Alibaba might possibly come back down to somewhere around the 174, 172 area. Okay, and let's see what is the other one that we might want to look at. Let's take a look at Twitter. Twitter been kind of strong recently, ever since its earning. It shot up and then kind of pulled back and found a little bit of support here on this price zone here between 1934 and 1868, and right now it's bumping up against this resistance zone, 2075, 2112. If it could get to this zone, then it could come up and possibly retest this 2176, 2196 area. But if reverse back, then it could come down and take out the 1934 and possibly 1868, and it could work itself back down and fill this earning gap. So the key is to get above this zone here, the 2112, and watch to see would it be able to move itself up to the 2176. And if it can't do that, then we look for a reversal back down. Okay, so hopefully your trading been good. And next week is probably going to be a slow week because it's Thanksgiving holiday. Friday is a half day, so it's kind of take it easy. But watch the price. The price could be very volatile, especially during low volume. Doesn't take too much for the price to move up and down. Take too much volume to push the price up and down. So kind of be careful. So have a great Thanksgiving.